Good morning, everybody. This is Prabhu Patil. Today's presentation is about PLM for medical devices. The goal is to empowering innovation with Teamcenter. So this presentation would be done myself and my colleague Justin Giroux. And the agenda for this today is about first introduction. Second, we talk about medical device industry trends. And number three, we talk about design excellence in this complex medical device design, development, and manufacturing. We specifically focus on DHF and DMR. And lastly, we'll walk through some of the Teamcenter medical presentation and demo. So introduction, the PROLIM as a company started in 2005 in Detroit, Michigan. We have 9 global locations, 600 plus employees, 1,600 customers, and we have won more than 30 awards. We are a AWS certified, ISO 9000, ITIL certified company. We are a Siemens partner. We're a platinum partner in the United States, platinum in India, platinum in Australia, and New Zealand. As I said, we are an entrepreneurial, agile, and reliable company. We have won lots of awards just to show that we are trustworthy and we have been recognized in the industry as a trust mark in this space. So PROLIM's focus is always on innovation. So we have 3 verticals to help our customers to innovate and release their products to the customer base. One, PLM factory, where we focus on design, which is electrical, mechanical, software, and the Mendix factory, which is focused on low-code platform to bring the heterogeneous systems together. And the last one is the cloud factory, which is focusing on the cloud revolution built on AWS as well as Azure. So the today's focus will heavily focusing on our medical devices and what's going on in the market and how you can leverage PLM to build your products. So there are many trends are going on in this industry. As you may already aware, US life expectancy has increased by 1.1 years from 76.4 years to 77.5 years in 2022. The life expectancy is also increasing in the industrialized countries. That means that even more important, the people are getting older and living longer. That means the demand for these medical devices to take care of the patients and help and enable the providers is becoming very, very critical. In addition, the healthcare industry has been changing from fee for service based to value based care. Fee for service model is basically the providers are reimbursed for all the services they provide based on CPT code and procedure they follow and the CPT code they charge. Whereas the value-based care, which is based on the outcome-based, based on the value they provided to the patients. That means the efficiency, cost efficiency, leveraging the technology, leveraging the medical devices becoming more and more important. Nowadays, consumers also spend very conscious. They're more literate. They look for more innovations. For example, as you can see that you can monitor your glucose level on a real time by applying a patch to your hand or your arm and keep monitoring on your mobile device. At the same time, there's a lot of data intelligence exist. So while the demand for more value, more capabilities or features is increasing, the complexity of medical devices, but at the same time, the competition has been increasing by all these global competition, by all these innovation happening in the world. While you're doing that, providing more value and complexity, at the same time, the regulatory needs by the US government the CDC and all those regular US doc, everything is increasing significantly. These are the trends that drives the innovation of medical devices. Now, the question is that there's a continuous market pressure to deliver a competitive products and by for the providers and the patients. The question is, can you create a robust and innovative medical device designs quicker, faster to the market with no compromise on quality? The medical devices are becoming more and more complex as we went through in the previous slides. As you know, inventing and improving the product design is challenging because it's a multidisciplinary work, requires a strong coordination. And when you require a lot of coordination across different divisions and departments, it's a very time consuming and the timeline project plans are at a stake. While you're doing that, you also need the evidence-based information to evaluate your product safety and the consumptions and the feedback. At the same time, you need to maintain the crucial, it is very crucial for compliance and the compliance with the regulators. That means data is a key critical component of your medical device. Need to be collected, need to be organized, need to be evaluated. To drive the design excellence through integration, there are three imperatives that can achieve this design excellence. One, comprehensive virtual product design, where you have a complex mechanic if you look at any medical device, you have mechanical design, you have electrical and electronic systems in it, and on top of that you have software user interface to handle that device. While you're devising this virtual product design, you have to work on collaborative design development. That's where you're bringing a multi-engineering collaboration and a multi-physics simulation to test, verify, and validate your this. That leads to our third imperative, which is a traceable design process. A medical device industry designing for the standards, verification of those designs, and validating the outcome of that device to the requirements or intended design you meant for. So these are very imperatives in for to drive the excellence through integration. So now let's look at very specific how Siemens Teamcenter medical device solution can help. The Siemens has understood, knowing all this medical device complexity, a globalization, supply chain, and the demand for regulations, putting of all those pieces together, Siemens has developed PLM for medical devices to digitize our entire medical device development and accelerate innovation. Let's look at some of the key elements of this solution. There are 5 things I would cover today. One is a design management and change. Second, with the design traceability. 3, the CAPA. 4, design file management, DHF. And last one is the labeling and UDI management. The first one is the design chain management and change. As you all know, whether you use any CAD system, whether it's a SolidWorks, Solid Design, Solid Edge, NX, CATIA, whatnot, when you design, you check in that data into a PLM system, so like Teamcenter. When you check in, the data has been recorded, managed, and the 3D visualization has been created. But the changes, that's where the important to medical devices. We look at today how the change notice creation and review the affected items and step into the workflow. And then we also compare a 3D viewer of the previous design and the future design, and also the signing off for traceability and approval process. So let's look at this quickly on this video. So as you can see here, when you log into Teamcenter, you will see the change notice. You can open that change notice and look at all the affected items. You can also look at all the reference items, the workflow. And when you look at the workflow, you can scroll down at the bottom, you will see that the how the workflow flows into the process. And you can also look at some of the reference material, your design documents, your specification document, whatnot. You can look at everything. Then you can look at the 3D design comparison. You can turn on and turn off those elements to see what you want to see. On the right-hand side, you see the design to be changed. And the left-hand side, you can see your old design. You can turn off and compare both of those features for your satisfactory purpose. Once you do that, you can also look at the what is that proposed change, a documentation standpoint. Make sure the documentation is correct. Once you are satisfied with your password protected, you can approve that design change and send it for next stage. So as you can see in the design change process, the key benefits is that you can implement your entire design change process electronically and manage through the workflows and that are linked to your master data. You can record electronic signature for your audit purposes and review with your regulators if needed, and easily share your design information across your teams. The next part is design traceability. This is the most important element when it comes to medical device industry. Here is that the Teamcenter has built on managing those risks, hazardous situations, risk analysis that are linked to verification and validation activities. It's built on medical device industry standard framework ISO 14971 for analysis. You can look at those trace link requirements, associate design parameters, and test coverage and analysis and results. In this next demo, I can show here that in the Teamcenter, when you log into the Teamcenter, you can see here that your entire hazardous analysis has been instantiated. You look at your hazardous conditions, hazardous events, hazardous statistics, your possibility of risk, and risk mitigation plan, and also you can record what action needs to be done. As you can see in one single dashboard, you can open this requirements, you can any of these hazardous things, you can if I fast forward a little bit, if we play it again, it looks like it stopped a bit. As you can see, that one is all these on one single dashboard for your hazard analysis. It's very configurable. You can, based on your business needs, you can configure, you can color code, etc. And all these mitigation plans can be tied to your requirements that you use it for designing your medical device as well. In this case, let's open one of the requirements. As you can see, the requirements are organized in a hierarchical fashion with a very specific requirement number and the specifications. You can scroll down, you can see, you can collaborate with your other colleagues or departments. You can also look at the parameters for each of those requirements. This requirement, for example, has to have certain conditions. You can tie and look at your 3D design, for example, any specification documents, etc. It's a very highly integrated solution. You can look at the test coverage, what is the test coverage conditions are, what are the test cases. You can tie to the requirements to start with from end-to-end clear traceability. You can look at the test results and evaluate them and complete process. You can look at the specification, a parameter, you can set the parameter, what is expected, You can set, then you can evaluate the success or failure. So complete traceability across your design. As I said, the key benefits are it is built on the medical device framework according to ISO 14971. It has mapped the requirements for verification and validations, including the bill of materials, a critical design intent, parameters in design, and for verification validation. Let's look at the next one is corrective and preventive actions, CAPA. In this scenario, we look at how do we improve the product design and performance through electronic CAPA process. We have an overview of CAPA. We can organize in this quality actions issued for manage team activities, investigate the containment and preventive actions, and perform the root cause analysis, whether it is a fishbone diagram or 5 eyes, different process you can follow. Let's take a quick demo of this. And if you look at this, the look at the value of performing quality actions. The quality actions, you can type it in and find what those quality actions are. You can review on the right-hand side and look at the CAPA related activities and so on. You can also type in, for example, if you want a problem solving revision, it will bring the entire details based on the CAPA process. As you can see this all containment actions, the probability actions, and you can drill down further to root cause analysis. And hit the root cause analysis for that particular, there's various methodologies you can apply and employ in Teamcenter. So if I drill down further here, for example, you can look at on all the specific failure mode analysis, the detailed processes to the nth level of degree. If I look at the overview and scroll down further here, and you can also tie to different, you can generate the reports for your internal purpose or submitting to the regulators. Every details have been recorded here. So the key of this CAPA process is an integrated root cause analysis. You employ, as I said, you employ 5 eyes or fishbone diagrams. You directly connect the design data and change control with your system of record and link the quality actions for work distribution and report consolidation. The next topic is about design file management. In the design file management, DHF, so design history file, you record everything in this from product development aligned to your quality systems and prepare and maintain for your submission for design transfer. And in this case, you can also have the phase gate approach from product development plan to quickly review and preview the required supplement records, and also look at some of the collections of the data for during your pre-trials and so on and so forth. So when you log in here, you can see the entire dashboard for this one. You can look at the files. All the design history files are organized in this folder in a folder fashion, and you can drill down this in a hierarchical way and look at all those records. And you can see on the top a color-coded phase gate approach. You can click this, very configurable. You click any of those tabs, you can see the whole process that needs to be done behind the scene. It's a very, very organized process here. Additionally, you can do all those collections. They can link to your CAD documentation. You can drill down and go through the specification document, which are organized in a chapter by chapter for a specification. You look at a very specific, in this case, a technical fault here. You can go back to that and validate what are the design inputs, what are the expected outputs, and review the entire details and the 3D design, highly integrated solution. In the other process is that, for example, as I was saying before, you can have the regulatory action. What are these collected? What is the expected outcome? Preview the content, including the collections, instruction for use to be submitted to the outside and look at the specific details. If you open this file, for example, you can see what is the expected for use documentation. And also, you can look at the previously when you started designing what you submitted for regulators, how your product would be. You compare not only those documents for sync, many times you forget to update those documents. But in order to sync them together, you can compare those documents and modify and always be compliant with your regulatory process. So the design and the DFM in this case, that you have a right design for and regulatory information, monitor your status of performance and intelligent dashboards. You can configure them, organize your data, and coordinate well with your regulators and auditors. The last one is very important, labeling and UDI management. This is very important for medical device industry. The labeling and UDI management, the scenario, the product engineer who is responsible for making the ventilators, in this case, device identify a record and labeling is complete or not. You can investigate the SKUs, your product line, SKU, DI record, and also verify those processes. Let me play that a little bit. In this case, when you log into the Teamcenter and open that, you can see, you can organize your brands in a particular hierarchical order. You can open them, look at the overview of that particular brand, and you can look at details about that classifications. And you can drill down on the right-hand side, required device size information, your SKUs, and you can drill down that, how it is mapped to different UDIs and the specifications. So it is including your labeling and packaging, which is very, very critical. In this one DI record history, in the device identifier, you have complete information about that device. This is a very important element for your purpose. You can attach anything you want to, including the regulator, your label design, and all that information, lot size, etc. Everything is hierarchically organized in Teamcenter. So as you can see in the labeling and UDI designment, you not only control and manage your data of the PLM for medical devices by creating your hierarchy of your brands, your product lines, and medical devices. You can map your device identifier records, SKUs, label design, all the information in one place. That completes about overview of medical device, how PLM, the Teamcenter PLM for medical device, can provide your end-to-end from design management, design traceability for your UDI management, and collaborate with your different departments to engage with your regulators for a foolproof design and development and production rollout.